And here are your lineups for the match today. Representing Parkside Patriots, starting at number 1, Andrew Bulow. Number 2 is Matt Bublitz. Number 16, Jake Gruchich. Playing flanker, number 7, Danny Gaboy. At lock, we have number 4, Nick Crivello. Number 5, James Menden. The other flanker is number 6, Eddie Trench. At 8, we have no number, Michael Leahy. Number 9, we have the captain, Nate Diskolski. At fly half, number 10, Luke Ellis. Inside center, number 12, Jordan Rich. Outside center, number 13, Sam Mahalski. At our wingers, we have number 11, Brandon Banda. Number 14, Tyler Reed. And locking it down at fullback, number 15, Naftali Mendez. Representing Elkhorn, we have number 1 at prop, Andy Benitez.
I love the game.
Number 2 in front row,
How do you do this?
Scrum half number 9 is Connor Moore. Fly half number 10 is our centers are 12, Sam Kemp, and 13, Neil Peterson. At wing, we have number 11, Jacob Sawyers, and number 14, John Olson. Locking it down at fullback is number 15,
yeah, that's what they played all year, but yeah, 30. Well, maybe it is then. No, that technically that's a full match for U19 is 55 scripts.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this Wisconsin Rugby Club broadcast of the Wisconsin State High School Rugby Championships. My name is Jeff Hull, and for the next few hours, I'm going to be your host for a good Sunday afternoon of rugby action. So thank you very much for joining us. Make sure that you are following this, our wonderful Wisconsin Rugby Clubs on Twitter at Wisconsin Rugby Club, WRC_rugby, and at Rugby Madison. A great opening matchup for you today between the Elkhorn Demon Elks and the Parkway Patriots Rugby Football Club in this Division II high school rugby matchup.
Head referee for this match is Eric Getz, and he's assisted by Trevor Williams and Ron Bushman. We'll have the kickoff from Elkhorn.
Got some good opening play here by the Parkhorn Patriots. Down the left-hand side they go, trying to work the ball wide. Some good counter-rucking coming in from Elkhorn. Scrappy ball early as these two teams try to take the measure of each other here at Sam Breese Stadium in Madison for these high school championship matches. This is our opening match of the day, a Division II contest. And we're going to have a knock forward, which is going to allow us to have our first scrum of the game. And it will be the Parkhorn Patriots that are going to have a put into the scrum. Packing down for the Patriots in the scrum, of course, Andrew Bulow, Matt Bublitz, and Jake Grudich in the front row. We'll see if they can get the push on here against Elkhorn. And it seems to have come back on the Elkhorn side of the scrum. They come flat, and away they go down the inside channel. Turnover ball, and the Patriots look to counter. Nate Jakulski, the fly half for the Patriots today. The Patriots playing in the striped jerseys. Elkhorn playing in the white. It's Luke Ellis at 10 for the Parkway Patriots, and away they go. The call of kicking it coming in, and that was Mendez at fullback for the Patriots. And we have a penalty advantage coming to Elkhorn. They look to move the ball. Scrappy ball, good counter-rucking coming in from the Patriots. And referee allowing play to continue here as Elkhorn fight for possession, but they will get it anyway in the form of a penalty. Elkhorn kicked the ball to touch. They're going to pick up about 20 meters. 20 yards on that kick. And they're going to have the throw into the scrum. So it's Brett Phillips who's going to have the throw in it from hooker. It's usually the hooker that throws the ball into the line out, of course. That was actually Hunter Melby, who looks like he's going to be doing the line-out throwing today for Elkhorn. This is Elkhorn's 10th year as a rugby club. So they have a very experienced program here in Wisconsin. And they are the 2013 D2 champions. Again, the referee has his arm out in the direction of Elkhorn. It was a Patriots knock-on. So we're going to have our first scrum to Elkhorn. Manny Benitez, Brett Phillips, and Greg Miller in the starting front row for the Elkhorn Demon Elks. Connor Moore putting the ball in at scrum half for Elkhorn. And off the back of the scrum they go. It's Moore away down the right-hand side. He's looking for support. Elkhorn flying into the ruck, trying to secure that ball. They try to move it quickly. It's Hunter Melby at open side, taking it forward. Turnover ball, and the Patriots have possession. Only to see another turnover. Elkhorn have the ball. They're now 10 meters out. In front of the post, they move the ball left. Sam Kemp takes it at an inside center. Elkhorn need to come back right. That's where they have numbers. Brett Phillips taking it forward. Elkhorn, they need to have a steeper line out there. A little bit of a knock forward, and this is going to bring that opportunity to a halt. So the Elkhorn Demon Elks are ably coached by Jeff Gerhardt, Kevin Gerhardt, a father-son combination, and Melissa Polibert. And the Parkway Patriots come away with the ball. They're deep in their own end now, and they do look to clear. So they've tried to relieve that pressure. Chase Janicki at the back, fullback for Elkhorn. He's going to be the one receiving a lot of the kicks today. And Connor Moore, the scrum half for Elkhorn, trying to use space, trying to get his team moving. They need to put together a bit of a steeper attack line. They're very flat right now. And it looks like we may have had a turnover ball. The referee, the ball is starting to come back on the Patriots side. And away they come with it. Very scrappy ball. Players trying to drive forward here, trying to get some forward momentum for their side. Patriots looking for space out wide. A good step and a break down the right-hand side. It's Sam Mikowski, and he is away down the right-hand side, and he is going to be under the post. It is a Patriots score under the post for Sam Mihalski. The 6'1", 190-pound senior. And an exciting run by Mihalski there, getting the Patriots on the board first. Here with about 20 minutes gone in the opening half of this D2 Boys High School Championship. That's going to be disappointing for Elkhorn. They had some very good possession and some very good phase play in advance of that, but Mihalski just too fast down the outside channel off of a turnover ball. And here we have taking the kick, Brandon Banda. And that kick is through. It was, in fact, Tyler Regath. 5'11" senior. Bringing the score to 7-0 for the Patriots here today. The Parkway Patriots, a combination of players from 3 different schools. Whitnall, West Alice Hale, and Milwaukee Hamilton. So they are challenged by the fact that their players come from 3 different high schools, but have been able to come together as a team here this season to go undefeated. And their speed is something that is benefiting them here today. Aggressive running, but a little bit sideways. The #1 rule in rugby is to go forward. And we have another call. Referee Eric Getz has called a penalty against the Patriots, handing Elkhorn possession. And we'll see what they can do with it here. Elkhorn trying to build some pressure here to go through the phases. And they're spinning the ball wide. And in the middle of the field is Jacob Sawyers, big, powerful winger. But Elkhorn have turned the ball over, and the Patriots come away with it again. Very scrappy game at the breakdown. Players diving in off their feet. Referee Eric Getz is going to want to get control of that situation. And he does indeed. Elkhorn penalized. The Patriots will have the penalty, and they will likely kick for touch here, try and buy themselves 10 or 12 meters. And that ball has not found touch. A good counter-attacking opportunity here for Elkhorn. Chase Janicki, the fullback for Elkhorn, went flying in on a very direct run on the counterattack there. Sam Kemp, the inside center, trying to get his team going forward, but the Patriots struggling to maintain possession. They're going backward. There's Kemp again. John Olson on the wing, put to ground. Elkhorn need to start going forward. They're going sideways and backwards with a lot of these runs. And there's someone who's going to get them going forward. Manny Benitez, the prop forward. But again, the ball comes loose, and again, the Patriots have it. They pile in. And it's Nate Julowski, the scrum half. And that ball is going to pin Elkhorn deep in their own half. Effective kick by the Patriots, and a bit of a missed kick there. Elkhorn retained possession, but just barely. They need support, and the Patriots have put them into touch deep in their own end. The Parkway Patriots have gradually begun to impose themselves on this match. You can see why they were able to put together such a successful undefeated season to this point. A lot of pressure at the breakdown area, a lot of forward running. Let's see how their lineout functions now. And the ball is stolen by Elkhorn on a bit of a missed throw. Elkhorn are now under pressure in their own end. That ball on an attempted clearance kick goes sideways, and it has come loose on the left-hand side. Bit of a high tackle.
Why did we stop that quick one? They didn't mark it. Jordan, get out! Jordan, get out! Come on! Get alive! Jump back! Line!
Hold this hard enough, and when you go with the full side that out, inside gotcha. Use the ones in the black.
Get out here! Get the line out! Sam, that's you! Get out of Sam! That's open, it's yours! Sam! Pick and go!
Yeah, I'm picking you up pretty well. Hey, coach.
No. Now we start our team up again. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, pretty boy. Yes, down. Come on, Elkhorn, take it to him. Let's go! No, here it comes, here it comes! So when you do... Come on, John! Go, John, go! Run over! Swing! 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 Come on, Jordan! Here you go, boy! That's not the other Keep going! That's our ball! That's still our ball! Get a good line, gentlemen, too! Sawyers, get back! Get a good line! We need a line! Come on! Guys, we need a line! Go! Get in there! Where did you take it, ball? Get the ball! Get the ball out! Help our screen! Forward! Get in! Look over there! Get in there, James! Get over there! on. Guys, let's get a back line, all right?
Attaboy, Connor McDonald. Good job, Connor. Attaboy, Connor. Attaboy, Connor. Hey, that's better, forwards. That's better.
A 40-yard drive from Elkhorn takes them deep into Parkway territory. The momentum in this match has shifted off the back of a powerful Grant Berg run in for the try to tie this game, and all of a sudden Elkhorn have the momentum. The Parkway Patriots, however, have to put into the scrum. Nate Jakulski the Parkway scrum half is going to put it in. Michael Langenhall at the back, the number 8 for Parkway. And they end up moving it to Luke Ellis at fly half, and a big kick into open space. Effective play by Parkway as they have now pinned Elkhorn back deep in their own end. And an excellent kick chase. Parkway not releasing. Parkway on the quick tap. The drive for the line now. Parkway continuing to drive for the line. Some very scrappy play at the breakdown. Jaskolski at scrum half, moving the ball. Ellis at fly half. On a run for the line, Ellis to the corner. Ellis is in.
Try for Parkway Patriots, scored by number 10, Luke Ellis.
And that was just a matter of backing yourself and looking for the open space. Ellis knew that he could win a foot race to the corner, and he did just that.
That score started with a massive clearance kick from number 10, Luke Ellis as well.
So pleasing to rugby fans to see a kick of that kind into open space. So often in high school rugby, you see players putting the ball in hand when perhaps there is a huge amount of open space somewhere on the field that could be found with a kick. Ellis made no mistake that time, putting the ball deep into the Elkhorn half in the corner, and Parkway following it up with a super effective kick chase. And now it's Tyler Regath who's going to take this kick, and an effective kick it is. Through it goes, and the flags are up. A kick worthy of the USA Eagles. How pleasing does that have to be to the Parkway supporters? It is 14-7 for Parkway with 10 minutes left here in the first half of this Division II Boys Championship game. And for those of you listening to this on our YouTube channel, make sure that you're following the Wisconsin Rugby Club on Twitter at WRC_rugby and also at Rugby Madison. Make sure you're plugged into our great Wisconsin rugby community on social media and in every way possible. And thank you for your support of rugby in the state of Wisconsin. Right now, it is the supporters of the Parkway Patriots that can be super pleased with that last score. Luke Ellis with a moment of singular brilliance with a space-finding kick and a try in the corner for himself and Parkway. And now Parkway will have to put into the scrum in their own half. Nate Jaskolski, and there is Ellis again. His boot has been very influential, and we have a knock forward. That is what happens when you put in those deep kicks. You put the other team under pressure. You force them to execute their basic skills, and on that occasion, Elkhorn were found wanting. Ellis has begun to settle into this game very nicely at fly half, and he's got a split back formation here in the middle of the field with 3 backs to the left, himself and 2 players to the right. Is Ellis, the other try scorer, Mahalski, and Neftali Mendez, the fullback here on the right-hand side. They are being guarded by no less than 4 Elkhorn defenders, and it looks like we have a blood substitution on the field. So we have an issue with a contact lens. This type of things happen in rugby. You do not want to see an eye injury, and so the referee will grant a stoppage. So a moment to bring you some of the coaching names for the Parkway Patriots. They are ably coached by Rob Young and his son, also named Rob Young. Another father-son combination, and Mr. Tim Herson. Their captain is Nate Jakulski at scrum half, and he has combined with Luke Ellis to prove to be a very effective 9-10 combination today for Parkway. This is the club's 3rd season with in Wisconsin high school rugby, and they are very proud to be here in the state championship game. So we have a reset of this scrum in the middle of the field. Ellis standing in at fly half with Mahalski and Mendez on the right-hand side. What kind of strategy will they have? First, they need a clean put into the scrum, but Elkhorn has stolen it against the head. Parkway now struggling to adjust to being on defense. That was a fine opportunity, a fine attacking position for them, but stolen by Elkhorn. And now they're struggling to defend some very powerful Elkhorn runs. White jerseys flooding into the ruck. Some hands in there, some feet, all kinds of things. Ruck's getting a little messy as some big hits coming in from Elkhorn, and they drive over to secure that ball. Again, it's been rather scrappy, and we finally have a penalty being blown dead by referee Eric Getz. Parkway marched back 10 meters. Connor Moore sets away Elkhorn, and a big run coming in here by Jacob Sawyers, and he is away down the left-hand side. Somersaults, moves, and a rather incredible series of events with a fly hacks kick, but an absolutely huge run by Jacob Sawyers. He is a 6 feet tall, 210-pound winger, a gigantic high school player to have on the wing, and they have put him in midfield.
Head up here. Automatic. Head up, Whit. Let's go. Number 11 is playing inside.
No 10's kicking.
Go
with him. Get him, Neo. There you go. Let's go now.
Take his ball.
Parkway in possession in their own end. They're going to have to clear some pressure here. Ellis screaming at his forwards to go ahead, to go forward, and they are trying their best to oblige. Ellis now spins the ball wide, and a very nearly intercepted space out there for Parkway, but another knock forward may very well end that opportunity, and it has. There is only 5 minutes left in this half. The score, 14-7 for the Parkway Patriots. Fly half Luke Ellis obliging with the latest score after an initial try scored by Sam Mahalski. And The response for Elkhorn having come from a powerful run by Grant Berg at lock forward. One of the faster lock forwards you will see, outpacing all of the Parkway defense to score under the post. Elkhorn now have a very fast opportunity down the right-hand side, but they are going to need to flood in now and secure that ball. Connor Moore doing his best to get his team going forward. And now a huge drive for the line by the Elkhorn forwards. A very organized run there. Elkhorn staying with the forwards, trying to narrow the space between themselves and the Parkway try line. They would do well to get their back line a little steeper, but the forwards are now driving for the corner flag. Elkhorn are no less than 6 feet away, and another drive by Elkhorn carries them within inches, but the referee's whistle has blown. And it looks like we are going to have a scrum on the 5-meter line.
The scoring attempt was held up. Time is up.
Referee Eric Getz separating the teams. Looks like he's going to have a little chat with the captains. And a scrum has been called off a ball that appears to have been held up by Parkway. Elkhorn, because that ball was held up, is going to have the put into the scrum, and Connor Moore has the put in for Elkhorn. Watch out for Sam Kemp, the inside center, in the midfield, capable of some very powerful runs. If Elkhorn can get clean ball, Jacob Sawyers is standing inside of him in the bright orange boots. And you know he's dangerous because it takes a confident player to wear orange boots like that. Elkhorn looking to get the ball away cleanly. Moore, Saunders, Sawyers. And the ball is fly hacked away and into touch. And Parkway are going to have the put into another scrum.
Ball lost forward by number 11, Jake Sawyers. Will have a scrum to the Parkway Patriots on their own 5-meter.
You got the sense that if Sawyers had been able to hang on to the ball there, that there was an opportunity for them to get in under the post and tie this game. A lot of big runners in the back line for Elkhorn. But now Parkway is going to be under pressure. They have the put into the scrum. And their captain, Nate Jaskolski, is going to have to get this ball clearly. Fly half Ellis on the left-hand side, which is where they have stacked. But Elkhorn have stolen yet another scrum. Elkhorn's forwards are piling in. They are inches away, but stolen back by Parkway. The ball bouncing back and forward between teams here. Parkway have it, but need to go forward. They need to get away from their own try line. Ellis, off a highly skilled kick, has sent the ball back, and Chase Janicki on the counterattack now for Elkhorn. He's going to be caught, and Parkway would do well to fly into the ruck here to see if they can turn this ball over. They do just that. Have they managed it? No, they have not. Elkhorn come away with it and look to attack themselves. That's the open side. Hunter Melby taking the ball forward. They need a scrum half, and Moore arrives. Keegan Leahy taking the ball up at fly half. A minute left. Coach is screaming from the sidelines, and a charge down kick. It's all happening here in the last minute of this Division II High School Wisconsin Championship game. The Elkhorn Demon Elks desperately looking to tie this up before the half. Moore, Sawyers, drawing multiple tacklers now. There's space on the left-hand side for Elkhorn if they can move it. Sawyer's continuing forward. He's a tough man to stop. Keegan Leahy calling for the ball, but they move it right instead. That's Hunter Melby on the charge. Players lying all over the field. There's a huge overlap on the left for Elkhorn if they can move it that way, and they do. Going. We have a penalty advantage for a high tackle coming. Eric Getz is jogging back to a spot at around the 22-meter line. Now, a decision coming up for Elkhorn. Time in this half has expired. They can go for posts, or they have one opportunity to kick to the corner. The next time the whistle blows, the half will be blown dead. It appears they're going to tap and go, and they do. They're going to use those big forwards, and a powerful run by Elkhorn. It looks as though they are inches away. Elkhorn's forwards pile in, looking to secure that ball. Parkway, very narrow in defense. There is literally an entire side of the field open here if they can move the ball to the left. Instead, they go straight ahead, and over they go. It's Keegan Leahy who has tied the game for the Elkhorn Demon Elks. And that is good reward for Elkhorn for all of their endeavor in the last 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, an excellent score. Keegan Leahy decided to go route one directly at the Parkway try line, and he has been rewarded. Score now stands 14-12 with a kick to come. Players sucking in oxygen. And some outstanding kicking on display today as the Elkhorn support throw their hands in the air. The game is tied. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the half. The score, Elkhorn 14, Parkway 14.
Hey guys, we're here at halftime. Going to talk to Elkhorn coaches. Just get a little feedback what you thought went well that half.
I liked it. It was just a good rugby match. They're tough. We're all playing together. It's like, I think what happened is I'm a forwards guy. We get into the rucks and we're just really not moving our feet. We're not quite finishing. We got pretty good position and all, but we just got to finish. We're fun. It's good. I'm
what
happy with this.
What players are you expecting to step up in the second half? You think make a difference?
Number 11. Jake Sawyers.
Or 7.
Number 11.
Look
number
for 11
7.
and 7 on the
All
forwards.
right,
Yeah.
we'll look for them to make a difference in the second half. Thanks, guys. We're here with the coach Rob from Parkway. Tell me what you thought went well in the first half.
We were playing with aggressiveness, which is great, and we knew we had to be that way. The last time we played these guys, it was a real battle. The forwards were getting after it. I think we got some subs coming up that might help turn the game a little bit with some fresh legs. And I just think I'm proud of our boys the way they played all this half.
Fly half, scrum half are working really well. You can see any other guys that can make a big impact in the second half to win this game for you?
Well, we got a couple flankers coming in, some seniors. We got some second row guys that are pretty aggressive, and that's one thing that's really helped us all year is just having some extra guys to come off that bench, that second wave of guys. They are easily starters, but we play them as a second wave of dudes, so we'll see how that works.
Good. Good luck.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to this broadcast of the Wisconsin State High School Rugby Championships. My name's Jeff Hull, and if you care at all about who I am the featured rugby columnist for CNN's Bleacher Report and USA Rugby TV's broadcaster for the recent Club Rugby Championships, the 2014 edition. And I'm here in the box at Breese Stevens Field in Madison, Wisconsin, and I'm happy to be bringing you coverage of this boys Division II high school championship game between the Parkway Patriots and the Elkhorn Demon Elks. What a contest we have for you right now. And as Parkway begins to prep for the kickoff, we have a 14-14 scoreline. And Elkhorn is going to receive this kick. The referee screams play on as it was a bit of a knock-on. And Elkhorn flies into the ruck in order to secure this ball. We have bodies lying over the ball, and referee Eric Getz is not going to stand for that. Parkway marched back And we are going to have a kick for touch here and a successful touch find by the number 12, Sam Kemp, who has been an influential player here for Elkhorn. That has bought his team an additional 30 meters of space, and they will now have the line out deep in Parkway territory. These games, of course, not running the full 80 minutes that you would expect in an international or a senior club championship game. Only 60 minutes of time. And after a flurry of tackling, we have Junior Miranda is the new hooker, and he is on the field for Elkhorn. It appears as he is playing on the wing. You'll see him in the number 2 jersey. So Brett Phillips still the starting hooker for Elkhorn in the game. Miranda now having come in on the wing. And it is knocked back on the Parkway side. Ellis setting himself up at fly half as his forwards drive in. Nate Chakowski to Ellis, and Ellis is caught in possession. Parkway tries to go forward with it, but they need some more organization here. Ellis needs to get his back line set up. He points forward. And Parkway moved the ball very well. It's Mendez flying down the left wing. He's a tough man to stop. Natalie Mendez has carried Parkway deep into Elkhorn territory, and they move the ball sideways. Ellis moving very laterally. They're looking for the overlap, but they have been caught by some outstanding Elkhorn defense. Offloads coming from Parkway, but Elkhorn has adjusted. Ellis, if he's able to see, has an enormous overlap on the left-hand side. Instead, he chooses to go route one directly at the Elkhorn defense, and Elkhorn piles in at the ruck to try and slow this ball down. The referee throws out his arms and says, play on, and Elkhorn have now come up with the ball. Elkhorn's forwards roll back to the halfway point. They come left. Moore marshaling his troops, trying to get Elkhorn moving, and we have a turnover ball and a break for Parkway. This game, starting in the second half, about as scrappy it was in the first. It took these players about 10 minutes to start getting into their systems. Elkhorn have infringed, and Parkway have tapped and gone on a penalty of their own. They're now inside the Elkhorn 22, and the referee has his arm out again. Parkway is being allowed to play with advantage here. They have a big overlap on the left-hand side. Ellis absolutely thundered to the ground on a run for the line, but he is back up. And we have an arm out by referee Eric Getz, and that is a penalty directly in front of the post. Elkhorn being marched back, and we may in fact see a conversation, but Parkway has tapped and gone again. It is a run for the line by Jake Grudich. Referee Eric Getz has his hand up, and it looks like we have a crossing call. So when we have a referee raising his arms in the cross position like that, it means that a player, and we'll come back to that, as Mahalski has taken the errant kick by Elkhorn. Some very fine play on defense here by Elkhorn, making up in part for that errant kick that did not find touch. But Parkway seem intent on dictating the pace in this game. They have tapped and gone, and referee Eric Getz has called not 10. Jaskowski looks as though he's going to tap and go again, and he does. Parkway moves the ball to the speed man. There he is. He's been the most influential player today. And that is Luke Ellis with his second try. And the Parkway Patriots have scored in the corner. For those of you who saw Ellis's try in the first half, that was a mere carbon copy, putting his head down on the out-hand side and says, "You better be able to stop me or I'm going to score." No one could stop him on that occasion. The foot speed just too intense. We need to get that kid a pair of fluorescent boots. Boots or not, you will have no problem picking out Luke Ellis on the field. He has been the most influential player for Parkway here today. And now we have a very difficult kick coming up from the sideline. Of course, in rugby, you must take the conversion kick from the place where the ball is touched down. And an outstanding kick, very close by Parkway, but sails just wide. Tyler Regath has a very accurate boot today, having nailed one very difficult conversion kick and now having come very close on a second. So Elkhorn walking very slowly back to the halfway point. They now trail by a score of 19-14. Elkhorn restart. Of course, Parkway, having scored, have the opportunity to get the ball back now, and they move on the counter-attack. Things going a little sideways right now. Remember, the #1 rule of rugby is to go forward, and that is what Parkway is going to try and do now. Tackles flying in from Elkhorn, trying to bring this attack to a halt, but a maul has begun. And the ball has gone to ground. Referee Eric Getz has blown his whistle, and it looks like he's blown the ball dead and unplayable. That will happen occasionally in rugby. Just too many bodies lying on top of that ball. You do not want to see play continue in that situation. It can be dangerous. So referee Eric Getz blowing his whistle, and now Parkway will have the scrum. Jaskowski, the captain, is going to have the put in. And it'll be interesting to see what Luke Ellis decides to do here. His back line is a little steeper than they have been. He's got some very big defenders staring him down in the form of Jacob Sawyers and Sam Kemp, a tremendously large midfield for Elkhorn. When a fly half or a backline are confronted by a very strong and physical defense, the intelligent thing to do is to often put the ball in the air off a kick and put it to open space and chase downfield. There is, in fact, a huge amount of open space on the left-hand side, but Ellis chooses to play it to the back line, and they go laterally, and they go backwards. Elkhorn fly into the ruck, and they are going to secure possession here. The referee throws out his arms and says, play on. It's scrappy. It's loose. And we will wait to see. We have a little bit of handbags, a little bit of pushing and shoving, and that will happen occasionally, but absolutely nothing comes of it. Still, Eric Getz is going to have a talk to them. Jacob Sawyers for Elkhorn and Nate Jaskowski, the captain. The score currently is 19-14 for the Parkway Patriots. And the players are now going to retreat back to their teams. Substitutions now coming onto the field for Elkhorn. Number 17, Dustin Peterson, onto the field.
Number 17, Dustin Peterson, onto the field for Elkhorn.
Moore moves the ball left. Elkhorn looking to get around the corner. Parkway A very quick team is there in defense, and they pile in. Elkhorn continue to march forward. Were they to look, they would see they have a gigantic overlap on the right-hand side. Parkway have become bunched in defense. They need to move the ball quickly to the right, but it is scrappy, it is loose, and now it is Parkway's ball. Mahalski races away down the wing as the play goes dead. Now, it is a Parkway scrum under the post, but for the first half of the game, we have seen multiple steals in the scrums. We call that taking the ball against the head by Elkhorn. What that means is that they were able to take the ball from Parkway, even though it was Parkway's put into the scrum, and take possession of it. If they can do that here, they will have an outstanding attacking position 6 meters out in front of the posts. Parkway do maintain possession of the ball, and they move it to Ellis. And instead of putting the ball to a kick, he chooses to run it out, and that may have been one of his few questionable decisions on the day. We know Ellis can kick the ball very well, but that run was shepherded into touch, and now Elkhorn are going to have a throw into the lineout. Elkhorn are 5 points behind with 18 minutes left in this game, and this would be an outstanding attacking position for them if they can complete this lineout. They have big runners in the midfield with Sawyers and Kemp. But again, Parkway comes away with it. Ellis steps, goes, and moves the ball wide. Down the left-hand side, it's Parkway. Big hits coming in, but it's Benitez. The Parkway Patriots are going to win the penalty as in desperation. An outstanding hit in the midfield. Again, we mentioned, but it matters not. Parkway are away down the field. Tyler Regath. All kinds of strong running coming in from Parkway. Big hits coming in from Elkhorn. But the result at the end of it all is another knock forward. You really feel that that lineout that Elkhorn had deep in the Parkway half was an excellent attacking opportunity and probably their best chance in recent moments to tie the game. They're now going to have a scrum in their own end. They should be able to handle securing this, but what can they do with it? They need to score points. They're 5 behind. A big kick coming in, and that's just going to go back for Brandon Banda and Tyler Regath to counterattack with. The ball comes left, and we've seen these backs before. That's Mendez. The ball goes backwards. Jordan Ritchie, the inside center, is in there, and they are flying in Parkway now on the ground, trying to secure the ball. The referee calls holding on, and back goes Elkhorn. Moore marches his team back in defense now as Parkway continues their strong forward runs. Luke Ellis gives a quick look out to his back line. They need to get a little bit steeper. The ball goes forward again. Again, this is what happens if you're too flat in your back line, is the defense can come up too easily. Ellis would do wise to put a little more depth into the back line at this point. Still, he calls for the ball, and there's the defense up on him. The ball comes loose. And Parkway, again, going sideways with Elkhorn putting in strong hits. Mendez, down the left-hand side, he's brought to the ground. And some strong tackling by Elkhorn will win them a lineout in their own half. You get the sense that some of the sharpness of the play from Parkway is starting to erode a little bit. Players are getting a little fatigued mentally and physically. Ellis has his back line flat now in defense. So number 20 coming onto the field now for Elkhorn, and that is Hegeman Teed. Elkhorn need to secure this ball in the lineout. Brett Phillips lifted into the air, but the ball goes wide, and Parkway come away with it. Now the ball goes to ground. Jaskowski looks for Ellis. Ellis spins, but he is caught in possession as Elkhorn is coming up on him very fast, trying to shut him down. It appears that Parkway is going to hang on to possession here, but just barely. Again, they move sideways, but now they move it forward. Defense is struggling to stay as organized as they did in the first half here. And Parkway bullying their way forward with straight, direct runs at the posts. Ellis steps, offloads, and Parkway in narrow amounts of space on the far side of the field. They are now 10 meters out from the Elkhorn try line. Elkhorn have their defense settled. If they could stretch the ball left here, there's huge amounts of space. Ellis trying to do just that. Elkhorn for offside. Now, decision here. A kick at post, a successful one, would take the game outside a converted try, but they choose not to kick at post. They make a run for the line. Interesting choice here. That kick at post was highly makeable, and we'll have a look to see whether that comes back to play a role in this match. Interesting choice by Parkway. Parkway have been blessed with the kicking of Tyler Regath, who has made far more difficult kicks than that today. Had that kick gone through, it would have brought them an 8-point lead. We have an offside call, and there are many Parkway players pointing at the post here. And as we take a break for an injured player, Parkway are going to have another opportunity to talk about whether or not they should kick at post. And again, that kick, if successful, with 12 minutes left, would give them an 8-point lead. It would be a 2-score game. And Jaskowski refuses to kick at post and goes again for the line. Interesting play by Parkway. We'll see if they benefit from it. Another hard run for the line by the Parkway Patriots. Elkhorn struggling in defense. There is Ellis. He runs for the line. And has there been a more influential player in this game than Luke Ellis? He would not be stopped up against players far larger in the Elkhorn defensive line, directly under the post. And Luke Ellis has taken this game by the horns. And with 10 minutes left in this game, the score now stands Parkway 24, Elkhorn 14. It is Tyler Regath now having another opportunity, and through it goes. The flags go up.
Conversion attempt from Tyler Regath is good.
And for all of the nervousness around those decisions not to kick for posts, Parkway ends up reaping the benefits of their endeavor. And we have a lot of strong voices coming from the sidelines of both Elkhorn and Parkway, urging their players on. Elkhorn are going to need to come up with something special. They need to score immediately, and then they need to score again. It's now a 2-score game and a 10-point lead for the Parkway Patriots off 3 tries from Luke Ellis. Tristan Lynn onto the field for Elkhorn. Fresh legs
Substitution for Elkhorn, number 18, Tristan Lynn.
Parkway off Regeth, now on the counter-attack. He goes for a run, but is caught in possession. Parkway have been called for a forward pass. And this is going to be an excellent attacking opportunity for Elkhorn. They needed something like this to get themselves back in the game. They now have a scrum deep in the Parkway end. There are 9 minutes left. Were they to score on this opportunity, they would have hope of making a comeback, but they need to score now and then score again. Time running out for the Elkhorn Demon Elks here in this Division II championship game. A direct run at the line, the offload, and Elkhorn drives for the line. Hunter Melby, the open side with a strong run. That's Jordan Barr, the locked forward. Elkhorn need to be going forward, and they're going sideways. That's Melby again, trying to get his team inching towards the line, and they're driven backwards by Parkway. A huge overlap on the right-hand side, if Elkhorn could but see it. And they're continuing to try and build momentum through the forwards, but they are going backwards now at the 22-meter line. Elkhorn need to identify the space and play to that. Parkway are bunched in defense. Quick hands would win them a lot, but it is Parkway Patriots who have won the ball, and it is Luke Ellis again who comes away with it. The ball is scrappy, but the ball is still Parkway's. Driving forward in possession. Valuable minutes now ticking away for Elkhorn. Parkway struggling to get there in support. Elkhorn equally struggling to get there in defense. Tired legs and tired minds all over the field and everywhere. Supporters shouting encouragement. Elkhorn has taken a quick tap penalty, but once again Parkway have stolen the ball. If Parkway come away the victors in this match, it will not be for want of opportunity but for the Elkhorn Demon Elks. They have had quality position here late in the game from which to launch an attack. But every time they do, Parkway seems to come away with the ball. The game is not over yet, though. 7 minutes left. And once again, Elkhorn are in possession. The referee puts out his arm, blows his whistle, and there's the Elkhorn Elks who are being marched back. Interesting play by Parkway. It's Mendez down the wing, choosing to run the ball here. Mendez, some impressive runs today on the wing for Parkway, and they fly in off of their feet. Mendez, one of the disadvantages of going on a huge run like that is you end up putting yourself at risk of getting tackled. And once again, Elkhorn now have a penalty. They're at the midway line. That was Grant Berg going forward for Elkhorn. Elkhorn are being pushed into touch. It has been a trend for them here today. They have tried all day to make progress through the forwards, sacrificing space on the wings and in the centers for that purpose. Parkway a little bit of confusion here in the lineout as time continues to tick away. It was in fact Parkway's ball, and they will have the throw into the lineout. Elkhorn, if they have a burst of energy still within them, need to put it out now. A very conservative throw by Parkway. And if they are smart, they will play conservative rugby, but that is not the type of rugby we are seeing from Parkway Patriots at this moment in the game. They are throwing the ball wide and again going sideways, looking for that space. Ellis caught in possession, being thrown backwards. Elkhorn need a turnover. Elkhorn need the ball. It is 4 minutes left in this national championship, this state Wisconsin championship in Division II. And the Parkway Patriots have a run for themselves down the far side of the field. Eric Getz blows his whistle, and Parkway have a penalty. Mendez screaming for the ball on the left-hand side. There's a huge overlap, but Parkway choose to go forward. The ball is thrown down in a very nervous offload attempt. Mendez lurking in space, screaming for the ball. The referee throws his arms out and says play on, and Elkhorn come away with it themselves. Had Parkway seen Mendez screaming on the ball on the left-hand side, they may have had themselves another try, and they still may. Parkway have the ball, and it appears to have been lost forward in a try-scoring attempt. It is all Parkway Patriots here in the last closing minutes of the game. Elkhorn are going to have a scrum attempt, but they are now 90 meters away from the opposition try line. A lot of work is going to be necessary. They could certainly use some of those hugely powerful runs that they found in the first half when they tied this game. The put into the scrum by Connor Moore. They find it at the back, and they're going to have to keep the ball in hand. There'll be no kicking the ball away now for the Elkhorn Demon Elks. They need field position. They need the ball, and they need to score immediately. Parkway flying in off their feet. The referee says play on. Elkhorn flying into the ruck. And a breakthrough by the Elkhorn Demon Elks. Down the field they go. They need support. They need it immediately. The ball is loose and picked up. Elkhorn maintain possession. They need to move it left. There's a huge overlap and space on the left-hand side of the field. They continue to go straight ahead as they have all day. The whistle is blown. Mendez, and we have an unfortunate exchange of pleasantries on the field as the whistle blows. Cooler heads prevail, as they often do in these situations. Luke Ellis marching his own players backwards. And we have the touch judge watching in. This will happen as tempers tend to flare on a rugby field now and again. Nothing significant, no punches thrown, some voices raised. But nevertheless, the assistant referees are going to be called in to report what they saw. And our cameras are catching some smiles and some jokes being exchanged between the Elkhorn and Parkway players now, as they're going to be called to have a slight chat with the referee. There may have been a tackle that was slightly edgy. Certainly Mendez for Parkway was not happy about something. We have a touch judge's report, and in fact it will not be in conversation. In fact, it will be a yellow card. Connor McDonald is over, and it appears Mendez as well. So Mendez, for some rather edgy conduct, is going to be marched off the field. Hugs exchanged between Mendez and number 18, Tristan Lind, who it appears is now also going to be yellow carded. So the two players will be marched off the field.
We have a double yellow card on the field. Just a white. Double yellow card on the field, one for a dangerous tackle and one for immediate retaliation. Both players will spend some time off the field.
So both teams now reduced to 14 men. That will open up more space. Connor Moore will have the penalty tap, as there will now be 14 defenders for Parkway, 14 attackers. A dive at the feet of the Elkhorn attack, but Elkhorn rolls forward nevertheless. They are now a matter of meters away. Moore takes the ball in his hands and drives towards the try line. Elkhorn have been playing through the forwards all day. Let's see if they can muster up something here. They need to score now. If they do, they will likely get the ball back and have another chance. Parkway has usually been able to turn over the ball in these situations, but Elkhorn are now dangerously close to the Parkway line. There is huge space on the right-hand side, literally a 4-on-1 overlap if Elkhorn could but see it. They choose to go straight ahead, and as has been the case all day, Parkway turn over the ball. And with 60 seconds left in this game, it will now be up to Luke Ellis and the Parkway Patriots to kill off the remaining time. The referee's whistle blows, and that will kill off valuable seconds. The Parkway support can feel content with the performance of their team, but it's not over yet. Elkhorn has one last throw of the dice. They need to score now and pray there's enough time on the clock for a restart. They are literally going sideways where they need to be going forward. Can they muster up one last drive at the line? They recycle. They need good body position and quick ball. And they need a drive at the line. Penalty infringement by Parkway. The tap and the go. And a try by the Elkhorn Wild Elks.
Results in a try.
If they were cognizant of the time, they would be screaming back to the restart line in an attempt to restart the game. The score now stands at 26-19 with the conversion kick to come. Perhaps the referee has told them this is the last play of the game. We're certainly out of time here on our score clock in the Tournament Command Center.
What number scored that one? Minnesota Joe. What number scored?
The kick at post, and it will be no good. The whistle blows. The arms get thrown into the air by Parkway, and despite a last-minute blitz by the Elkhorn Demon Elks, the Parkway Patriots are your boys Division II Wisconsin High School champions. Final score here at Breese Stevens Field in Madison, Wisconsin. Parkway 26, Elkhorn 19. We'll be back with our Division I championship game a little later on. Take in the sights and the sounds from here on in.
Talk to me.
We on? We ready? We're here with champion head coach Rob Parkway. Rob, tell us what you guys did well in the second half to take it away.
I mean, they tackled. We had a couple opportunities down here to kind of put it away, but they're just a resilient group of guys, and they really care about each other, and they just wouldn't quit.
Yeah. Tell us about the efforts of Luke Ellis.
I mean, I'll tell you what, Luke has had an awesome season. He's a Wisconsin Select player. He's so quick, but these guys really hemmed him in. I mean, he had the one breakaway, and
We're gonna do your medal ceremony.
that was Gatorade too, by the way. No favors there. I'm just talking about him. He comes and dumps stuff on me. So yeah, he's a great player, but those guys did a great job of hemming him in. I mean, every time he got the ball, if he didn't get rid of it right away, he was drilled. So those guys are brutal.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you
Congrats.
bet.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Here with Luke Ellis. Great game today, man. Tell me a little bit about what you thought worked well for you today.
Getting the ball out, simple rugby.
Was it?
Yeah, easy as
Tell
that.
me, which one of your guys stepped up, do you think, the best outside you?
It's hard to pick out one. I'd say everyone we played as a team, and that's the bottom line. That's what won us today.
Tell me about your rugby career, what you've been doing before this point. And
I've been playing for 3 years. This year I made the select team, so I'll keep playing this year, see what happens.
All right, man. Congrats.